As you can see, I saw Zach Bivens like brushing his hair
Zach
when I came
Bivens
back here,
looking like an ape using a headset.
Yeah, he's like,
that's the headset. Here we go, Zach. We love it.
Oh, Zach figured it out. I love it. I love it.
We got him right on time.
That's good. If you've ever watched Zach's like live streaming stuff, his internet is like prehistoric, so it's pretty funny.
It's so funny.
It's very in character and on brand that he wouldn't know how to use this headset.
Oh my goodness, it's wild. It's wild. But we love Zach so much. Zach, especially being a team hero. Oh, and I asked him to tell me what's like the standout thing this weekend so far that they've loved. So that's what they're sharing with us in the chat.
Mike Senior,
yeah, and Chard is saying Colpo's red jacket. We love the red jacket.
The red jacket is also very sick.
Yeah,
but Mike Senior also doing an amazing job yesterday. Shout out to Mike Senior. I don't know if he's tuning in today or if any of the Freedom Gaming guys are tuning in, but just an absolute amazing dude in the community. Like I mentioned yesterday, first time TCG player. Loves to play with his son, who also very well, hazed from Freedom Gaming. So. Yep. Something really cool. Like I can't imagine being able to play cards with my family, like my dad or something like that. So that's a really cool experience, and even cooler when your dad goes above and beyond and beats you and goes all the way to the finals. So it was just a really cool experience. And although he didn't close it out in the finals, I know the community was super happy to see him play. So
whenever my dad comes back from buying the cigarettes, we're gonna play Lorcana too. I can't wait.
Teach him some Lorcana when he gets back, if he ever shows up. All right, so we're drawing our hands up here. I think we're looking for some instruction here, Logan. Okay, we're good. Everybody's figuring it out. Lots of banter here. We're having a good time. We have Judge Andrew as the table judge for the day. He was here yesterday as well. So shout out to Andrew for keeping an eye on the action here for us, and we're resolving our mulligans over. And we see a lot of songs. Okay, Zach's still playing Purple Steel as we figured, but so he's been known to switch from day to the next. So I wasn't sure, and then Logan bringing Old Faithful, Red Purple,
Old Faithful indeed. I'm curious. I have to get a harder look to see which variation of this one. It's interesting to say this because we talk about the classic, like the classic version, like the thing that we the tried and true that we love. But here's the reality of it: Ruby Amethyst has multiple identities. Mm-hmm. We've got the evasive version that runs half shark. It takes advantage of all the evasive stuff, and then we have what I like to call like the traditional variant, the bounce control variant. Uses a lot of snakes and foxes. Plays both Lady Tremaines and Medusas sometimes even. So you've got variations on this thing, and that's always interesting to see as the format modifies, evolves. How do color pairings exists as they morph, change, and become something? Logan's going to show us what he thinks is the correct answer into this meta.
For sure. Yeah, and I didn't see Logan's list yesterday, so I'm not actually sure which version he's on, whether it's like a more old school like rabbits and snakes and just grindy, or if he's on like more of evasive package here with sharks and things like that. So nice little friendly bim thump.
Yeah, bim thump.
Fist bump. And we're on the way here as Zach starts us off with the little Chernabog's followers.
Little Churnies. We're seeing a little Churnies play, followed up with a little Magic Broom. Oh, and okay, interesting spice here. We do see the Queen's Castle packed in Logan's deck. I'm a fan of that card in Ruby Amethyst.
For sure. And he's giving us a little flash.
Yeah, a little flashy poo.
Little flashy poo. Who won Hector versus Justin? Hector was able to take it down.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait. Yeah.
Hector was.
Yeah.
Barely.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, barely. I'm so sorry. I almost forgot.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Hector did win. It was very close, though. It was a very good game.
The reason why Skinner's confused is because it came pretty darn close.
Yeah, and not only that, but Justin won yesterday. So I'm still thinking that he won. But yeah, it was a very, very close set, and Hector was able to squeeze it out.
Yeah, you're not kidding. We see in Logan's hand, we see another Queen's Castle. We see, is that a Peter Pan? I think this is the evasive version. I think I see a Peter Pan, potentially. Peter Pan's Shadow Finder. We do see the Lumiere, which indicates to me that we probably are on that evasive build. Yep, there's that. I just saw the thing I needed to see. It is Shark Week.
Yeah, and he's on Lumiere's, which is really cool.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of players. Lumiere tends to help out the evasive. The air, I'll say like the air fights. Like I'm always picturing the evasives like dog fighting, like they're in the sky, like battling each other. And in that fight, Lumiere tends to really help make things a little awkward. Kind of like resist adds an extra damage, so it makes it feel weird. Well, Lumiere also kind of throws off the math.
It does.
So it kind of makes things a little, strange, because like hitting Cove and other cards that add boosts just makes things a little different, a little awkward, and allows things like Elsa and Genie to attack for 3,
Correct.
which could potentially be a big deal.
Yeah, and not just that, but think about, so if that indicates to me that Logan's probably on something like Iago, and Iago's got 4 strength. So what evasive character has 5 willpower that's a menace right now in the meta? I wonder why that's in there with an Iago.
No idea. It's definitely not the. I was trying to think of the Donald.
Yeah,
the 1/5 that
the
whenever
1/5 Donald.
whenever he's damaged, he gains a lore.
Yeah, it's definitely that one.
That's the one.
That's the
1/5. Yeah, that guy's a menace.
Yeah, what a menace, dude. It's definitely not half shark.
That guy's sick.
It's definitely not the half shark. And yeah, we definitely see the Peter Pan. We see the half shark. So we know what we're working with here.
Yep. So he's going to run out the Pan as expected. And although Pan is not going to have a clear target right now, I mean, he could technically trade into the snake, which I don't think he would want.
I would probably not recommend that.
But it does present a nice singer for next turn, since it has evasive. So if he wants to sing like a friend on the other side next turn, and it also opens the door for a potential turn 4 evasive rushing in. I'm not sure if Logan's on Iago's, but if not, there are many other cards such as Moana, if he's playing that, or even Genie to come down and rush in. So just setting up the Pan here. And right now, Logan just pretty much in setup mode. He's set up the Lumiere, he's set up the Pan, and we're just kind of getting comfortable.
Yeah, you're not kidding. We're in the beginning stages of this game. We're trying to establish ourselves. Zach knows that Peter Pan's Shadow Finder is a serious problem for this deck. Making sure that the Peter Pan Shadow Finder does not stay on the board, because every turn there's a potential monster waiting for it. Iago on 4 cost, half shark what's on 5 that's evasive? Elsa on 5, or just another 4 drop if you needed to. You've got half sharks at 6. It's absolutely insane. You can just go turn after turn after turn of just having something coming out, rush, coming out, rush, coming out, rush. And so you got to deal with the Pan's Shadow Finder as soon as you can.
Evasives have always been a crazy thing for Red Purple to take advantage of, right? Like we come from the Surfer Mini days.
Good old Surfer Mini.
Where you had the only way to take out Surfer Mini back in the day was to play a crab with your own Surfer Mini and then attack into Surfer Mini. And I was talking to Kylie earlier, and we're pretty much in that meta again, right? Where like you need to have Genie, and then your opponent plays Genie, and then you got to play Elsa so that you can use Elsa and Genie to attack the Genie. It's like you have to do like all these little tricks.
Yeah. Crab. We love a good crab.
Yeah, crab is big here. We're going to use this and go ahead and take out that Cobra. And I'll take it. Pretty good trade here. Broom for a Cobra. I think that's a fair trade here.
It is a good trade. I mean, I'd prefer to draw. This is a personal preference. I'm not saying this is the right choice. I generally lean on a Diablo if I can do so. But man, if you gotta give up a 1 drop that's normally meant to help you draw, that can stink. But I guess, is drawing a card worth getting rid of a 4/4? I'm gonna probably say yeah. That's probably the right call.
Yeah, for sure. 4/4 is just. It's just a little bit of an uncomfortable body of uncomfortable stat line that you don't really want to have to deal with. So if you could just get rid of it now, why not? Right?
Absolutely, yeah. Better now than later.
And Zach's thinking out his turn here. Just taking it slow, playing a little more of a mid-rangey style. We're not trying to just quest. Not like some of these other aggro decks that are really bursting lore. Zach just playing a little bit more of a mid-rangey style here as he plays another rabbit and. Rabbit's just digging and digging and digging.
Rabbit is so good. People. I think you mentioned it yesterday, Skinner. The disrespect.
People forget
the disrespect on a Rabbit that we've given by putting Genie as like the thing to play it as the 4 unkable spot. Rabbit is so good, especially if you're bouncing. My goodness,
it absolutely is. I mean, I never thought Rabbit was a bad card. It was just we're living in an evasive meta. But Zach's showing that even with the evasive meta, just being able to churn out these cards and grind out infinite cards. And just use the steel to kind of close the gap on the evasives, take out the Genies and whatnot. Zach, and these rabbits can sing Zeus as well to take out the Genies and things. So, and there we go. As we spoke earlier, there is the Elsa who will come down and choose a target to exert. I'm curious to see if he decides to. I'm guessing he'll just go ahead and take out a rabbit. And although Zach will draw a card off of it, he'll get to take that crab and send it into the rabbit here and take it off the board. But Logan thinking about it, potentially he could also do the broom if he really wanted to. But I have a funny feeling that he's going to want to get rid of one of these rabbits.
You think?
Yeah.
You think?
You know, it always feels bad to like get rid of your opponent's stuff and let them draw a card. But the thing is, if you don't do that, your opponent's going to draw a card anyway, and then some. Right?
Yeah, you're not kidding about that. When we're thinking about,
Oh,
wait, what just happened? What did I miss?
so there you go. So see, Elsa coming down as a 3 power, which is
man,
big difference, right? So
you're not wrong.
was able to take out the snake there, and also using the crab to take out the rabbit. So just a little bit of a clean trade up here as the Lumiere gets his money's worth. There's a little bit of a smack on the deck here, making sure we get everything back together. Okay, we're good.
We are good. Yeah, hey, listen, keep it clean, guys. Keep it clean.
Yeah, just that happens from time to time. You just kind of smack the top of the deck and just making sure we put things back in the right order here. Nobody was able to see any information or anything.
Good, yeah. So no hidden information error.
No, nothing
in this
like
case.
that. Nothing like that. So, yeah, Logan with a great turn. Honestly, I thought it was a great turn there. Lumiere showing why he's so good here. I mean, just making this crab a 4-3 and the Elsa 3-5. Although it's just 1 point of damage, it makes a lot of difference. You saw Zach when he attacked the crab, wasn't even ready for it. He was like, wait, it's still alive. He's like, nope, Lumiere. So Lumiere just giving everybody a little buff.
A little bufferini.
A little bufferino. All right, so Fox joins the table here, and we can't attack this Elsa. So most likely going to have to take out the crab, which doesn't feel great considering crab's already got 2 damage on it. Do you want to waste a whole Fox on 1 damage worth of, removal?
No, of course not. I mean, that's not what you want to do, but what you want to do and what you have to do aren't the same thing, are they?
Yeah, but Logan's at 0, right? So I think Zach's just thinking about maybe leaving him readied, and we'll see. We'll see what he decides here.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot to be thought about. Now, we've seen when we saw Zach on stream yesterday, Zach has been in similar situations. You've got a board on one side, you got one character on Zach's side, and Zach's like, no, uno reverso. That's not going to happen. Oh my goodness! And boy, oh boy, does that crab.
Yeah, we made a giant Fox, but he just passes.
Giant Fox and say pass.
Yeah, but that's fine. I mean, he just wanted to go ahead and put 2 big threats on the table that can contest the board. No need to trade in for minimum value now when you could just kind of hang on to it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You're not wrong about that at all.
I believe that's a genie that also just joined the table. A little bit of glare there, but he did draw a card off of it. And it kind of looks like it is a genie. Yeah. So genie coming down.
Yeah, genie's coming down. Genie's doing the work that needs to be done. Now Logan is currently holding this board pretty strongly. So we're gonna see what can Zach do. I mean, like we got to really consider the position that Zach is in. Zach does have answers in hand, so there are play lines to be had here. We're seeing singing of the let the storm rage on. Starts laying out some damage onto the genie. Do we capitalize? We see an Elsa there. That's why we did that. We did that to turn that genie sideways
for sure.
And now Elsa is coming in to do some dirty work.
As I mentioned, a lot of these, as I mentioned earlier, dog fighting, right? Like this sky battles is a lot of just genie into Elsa genie, and then Elsa with crab and crab into genie, and like it's just a lot of these back and forth trades here. Since everybody playing purple essentially is on the same package, so it's really interesting here that Zach was able to get that genie sideways and take advantage of the opportunity. Although that Elsa does have to take 3 damage back instead of the normal 2 damage. So Lumiere, although it's just kind of hanging out there, still doing work on the damage here.
Yeah, I mean that's so. Yeah, and good news here is that the board is slowly getting favor. Well, at least in favor of Zach. Of course, Zach is trying to get as much control back. Tempo's kind of out of control a little bit. Was able to claw back some control. You see Logan's thinking through. We can't fully see the hand. I do see a genie and an Elsa in there. So Logan does have some ability to kind of mess up Zach's plan. Kind of present variables that Zach either is accounting for or is not accounting for that tend to happen sooner. When you're playing a card game where there's an element of like this card has to wait a turn, that does give you some consistency in what you plan. The thing about playing something with the evasives, running the Peter Pan Shadow Finder, running additional, just trying to get those rushes out there, that creates a huge disparity in the information that you have available to you and creates a lot of moments in a game where you're like, okay, well, I thought this was going to happen. I thought that I would see this card and then it would wait a turn before something else happens. No, this thing is coming out and do something now. Elsa's coming out and hitting me now. Iago's coming out and hitting me now. So these are things you got to think about as you're kind of maneuvering this matchup.
For sure. And not a lot happening at the moment, but Logan just able to cleanly pick off on Zach's board here. So Zach having to kind of restart, grip full of cards, and he's just going to draw a couple more as he plays the rabbit and bounces it. So Zach, there's 3/3 in play, which is a decent stat line, and a whole lot more cards. But Zach's gonna have to find an opportunity to maybe throw down a couple more threats in one turn. Spending the whole turn, drawing 2 cards is good, but I'm imagining Logan's gonna have pretty bad intentions here in just a little bit when he does draw some bigger threats.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be tricky. But Zach's thinking it through here, making sure that he's covering all his bases. Perhaps what I want to ink here. What am I gonna need in this matchup? And it looks like he's debating inking the goat, and he does. And the goat will turn into a Churnabox followers, if I'm not mistaken. He is thinking about whether or not he wants to play the Churnabox followers. And we got to find a way to deal with these evasives, right? So this Elsa still, although she only quests for 1, still presenting an issue, something that we just cannot attack. So pass it back over, and Logan's only at 3, so Zach has time right now. But that Genie is going to very quickly change the clock here, as Genie draws an extra card here for Logan and potentially threatens another evasive. I know Zach last time had the answer with the Elsa, but the Elsa by itself is not going to do it this time. If he has an Elsa, that Genie's 4 defense is going to be very problematic. And we have another Lumiere. So 2 Lumieres in play, which means this Genie's a 4/4. And this Elsa is a 4/5. So that's no joke.
Yeah.
These Lumieres, although they're just kind of hanging out, not questing, doing a really great job of just making the board more complicated to deal with, throwing off the math on what normal characters can do. And great card choice right now. I really like the Lumieres in the deck.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I mean, I'm looking at the Lumiere, seeing what they're doing for the math here. It's hard to deny how powerful that is.
I'm guessing it just slides right into the Flynn Rider spot, right? Like we don't have Flynn Riders anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, we do, but we don't. Nobody's really playing it anymore. So Lumiere, a really cool opportunity to fill that 2 spot. Still give us a solid 2/2 for 2, but just really helps clear up these, as I mentioned, aerial fights, these evasive battles. By giving just the 1-up on the attack there, which is really, really nice.
Yeah, I mean, and if you think about some of the current builds, if you're out there looking at builds, especially if you're talking about set champs, what this card will generally replace in some of the decks that you're seeing out there, it's either going to be what you're seeing is like a Pegasus is sometimes in this spot. Sometimes it's a Queen of Heart, the new Queen of Hearts. That's that it gets bigger when it gets damage on it. It could be a Cusco. I've seen it replace as well. So there's a couple of cards right now that are in that 2-drop slot that are being cycled out to replace the Lumiere. So if you're thinking about like, well, how do I modify my deck? If I like the way this Lumiere works, where would I put it? Those are a couple of options. If you're using those options, you could replace them with.
For sure. Yeah, and I think Lumiere is a cool little squeeze. I don't know that Logan's on 4 of them. He may be.
Well, it doesn't have to be 4,
but still having a couple of them doing big work right now. And Zach's just not able to address them at the moment.
Yeah.
But Zach is able to go ahead and put 2 Smees out on the table. And between Smees and Pete's and Snakes, we have a lot of 3/3s that can do a great job of contesting most things. But again, this Genie is just going to be pretty problematic here for Zach. And we do see he has removal in hand. So he is going to be able to perhaps sing next turn off this Pete and deal 4 damage to that Genie. But in the meantime, our options are pretty limited.
Yeah.
Okay. He's just going to hard cast it. Perfect.
There you go. Pete's play a very interesting role in this matchup. Ooh. So if you're Zach,
interesting. He took out the Elsa instead of the Genie.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Why do you think that was? Do you think he's worried about the lore generation? Is that what this early in the game? Is that what it is?
I didn't see how much damage. Maybe because he could deal 5 instead of 4, and he wanted to just deal the 5 now.
Okay.
Since it'll be easier to deal the 4 later. I think that might be the reason.
That could. I mean, yeah. I don't listen. I think it's fine. I don't know if one's necessarily the most correct answer. I think there's reasons for both.
Sure. And bouncing Elsa is probably more dangerous, right? Like if he starts to bounce the Elsa, play the Elsa, exert your guy, so maybe Elsa just a higher priority target at the moment since Zach's not too worried about the lore, but he's going to have to be worried eventually because there's 3 more lore coming in and we've tied up to 8 lore apiece now.
Yeah.
And it's getting tight here as Logan's board growing and growing over time. And although Zach's board looks pretty solid as well, not a lot of characters that are opportunistic for trading here. Like Smees, you don't really want to be attacking with Smees. I mean, you can, but it doesn't feel great. And right now we can't really attack anything, right? Because only characters that are exerted are evasive. So
yeah. Just for those that weren't able to see it, in Zach's hand currently is a Calgoon and a Fox. In case you all were curious, I was able to see that. But yeah, I mean, this board state has been shifting left and right, up and down, left and right. It's just it's really been a back and forth fight. Like there's no clear winner right now. Literally tied in the score. You got equal number of characters down, of various powers of degree, of course. And you've got Pete, of course, that was in play, not in play now. Now, interesting note about Pete when it comes to this matchup against Ruby Amethyst. Something to take note of is, in most decks, you're kind of slamming that thing down pretty much on turn 3, and you're stopping some pretty cool things. Something you got to really consider is, there's going to be prepared waiting for you.
Yeah.
So there's actually lines of play when you're playing a steel deck where you're like, maybe I don't play Pete on 3 or on 4 or maybe even 5, and I might play it on 6 because at that point I don't want to get B prepped.
Right.
So you got to be very considerate. Like this is the one kind of matchup that you're like, let me not play Pete right now.
Yeah, Zach's just trying to essentially bait out a B prep. Like,
yes,
he can't deal with all these characters that Logan has. So what he needs to do here essentially is put enough pressure where Logan has to deal with his board.
Correct.
And the only way not the only way, but one of the easiest ways to do so would be prepared, which would also clear Logan's part of the table. So Zach just kind of hoping here, I'm sure, that Logan will have to resort to a be prepared. And although Zach will lose his board, he will in turn lose Logan's board as well. And I think that would be a good position for Zach to be in. But Zach's at 14 here. He will draw 2 cards off these Diablos if they do perish here in this turn.
Yeah.
So Zach's in a good spot, and Logan's got to think this one out. So Logan's definitely not out of it yet. He's right in the race with him. He's just got to figure out how to best address this turn, and you can see he's grinding his gears here, just thinking a little bit in the tank, making sure that he's evaluating everything here. A lot of combat, right? I feel like we're more into a combat meta now, which I love to see, because I feel like for a long time, we were just kind of ignoring each other's characters and, either singing songs or, just questing and ignoring the other table, or just board wiping. I feel like right now more than ever, we're seeing combat, right? We're seeing a lot of turns that require you to kind of navigate each trade. How do I get the most out of all these characters? How do I clear the board here? And that's what Logan's thinking about right now. He's saying, how can I efficiently deal with this? Do I need to resort to a board wipe, or can I just clean this up and keep a decent board on my side? So Logan kind of just putting the pieces together here and trying to figure out what's the best way. And it looks like he's starting to figure it out. He's going to go ahead and take out the Smee, which will provide Challenger. And he will choose to give it to Lumiere. So Lumiere right now is a 3-2 thanks to the other Lumiere, and now he's a 6-2. We have a 2-2 Lumiere potentially taking out the Smee here.
Well, it's a 3. It's a 3.
3-2
Lumiere. Yeah,
3-2. Yeah. So he could take out the Pete, but likely will take out something here. So
for sure. And of course, given that everything on Zach's side of the board has 3 or less willpower, losing one Lumiere right up front is not that big of a deal. Of course, if you're thinking about your play lines, the Lumieres are usually the last thing you want to attack with to make sure that they continue to feed everybody else. But in this case, it doesn't matter as much. But for those of you at home watching, it could matter. So be mindful of that.
For sure. Yeah. And these Lumieres right now, one is a potential 6-2, and the other one is a 3-2. So he's going to send the 6-powered one into the Pete here. And then...
and we're seeing just like the stabilization of this board. Logan, of course, we know Logan is holding onto the be prepared. Zach assumed it and played a line that forces a be prepared. But Logan is basically playing his best bluffing game and saying, maybe I don't have it, maybe I don't want to do it. I probably don't have it, but we know he has it, or he had it rather, has it, right? Or is that did I make a mistake?
No,
is that a
Pirate's Life?
It's a Pirate's Life. Okay, then I misread that. I thought that was a be prepared.
Yeah, so great turn here for Logan. Yeah. Not only does he get to cast the Pirate's Life and pull Zach away from the 20 lore that he was almost at, but he also gets to clean up a lot of the table here and still keep 2 evasives in play, which means he's going to have a lot of opportunity to still quest. Presents an issue for Zach this turn where Zach just can't run into Fox into anything. I mean, he's kind of stuck. But we saw Zach does have a Storm Rage on in his hand, and I think potentially a Zeus as well. So he's going to rage on the Genie, which is a great option here.
So angry.
And we do have this Diablo that's going to get in there for another point and put Zach up to 13. And we have to just hope that Logan is not able to just keep recurring these Pirates' lives. Since Zach, I'm sure, is just trying to push to the finish line here. And situating his ink here and playing another Calhoun, which is a threat that definitely could be potentially problematic for Logan. I mean, he has not exerted this Lumiere, but if we play an Elsa next turn or something, tap the Lumiere, then the Calhoun can crash in. So Calhoun still great card in play, even though right now not doing the most, but
yeah, you're not kidding.
Potentially offering 2 more lore next turn if it can. So Logan thinking about how he wants to proceed here.
Ooh, Krabby Patty.
Yeah, crab. This is a crab meta. We're just crab. So thinking about who he wants to provide this challenger buff to. Potentially the Lumiere. Yep, he's choosing Lumiere. Perfect. So and then we're gonna quest. We don't want to lose or we're gonna rather attack the Diablo. So yeah, choosing not to give the challenger buff to the Elsa, because if he does that, he would end up losing the Elsa, and he does not want to lose his evasive threat, right? So choosing to instead sacrifice the Lumiere, who's done a lot of work already, and yeah, sending him in. For those asking about deck lists will all be up later on today for yesterday's event, and I'm hoping for this today's event as well. I believe there were some technical difficulties yesterday with the upload, but we will make sure we get all the tournament updates for you. I promise you, Ink Decks will have this event. We'll have the 1K event. We'll have yesterday's 10K event. All the Ks will be up later on today. So I know you guys are desperate to see the list, and I apologize for the delay, but we will have it out for you ASAP.
Absolutely, yeah, we will. And as we're seeing, just kind of this. There's a bit of a pivot here, like a stance shaking kind of pivot, deciding who's going to get what. Zeus. Then along came Zeus blasting a character away. We've got Elsa left on Logan's side of the board. Logan, of course, does have some characters to put down next turn. Not a lot, but some characters.
For sure. Yeah. Logan still got, it's hard to see exactly what's in his hand, the way he's holding them, but I see a Iago and a Lumiere, which Iago, although Iago is a big threat, when he's not rushing in, he has potential target practice for Zach's steel removal. So we're going to have to see whether or not Iago is going to be the choice here, but Lumiere is not much better.
No.
So both these cards, although they are threats, definitely not the cards that Logan's probably wishing he had at the moment. So deck list will be available after they finish the jar of eggs. Well, in that case, the deck list will never be available.
Good luck, everybody.
They'll never ever be available. You'll never know the deck list because of that. That nasty finger juice. Yeah, it's disgusting.
It's pickles. It's pickle juice that kills all the bacteria, bro.
Okay, so what happened here? We would just be prepped. Okay, so
yeah,
prepped.
It was a board wipe.
It was a board wipe, but Zach draws 2 off the Merlin bunnies here. But I'm sure Logan's just happy to get 2 bunnies out of the way, considering they cannot be bounced anymore. They will be in the discard pile. But Zach, with his new set of cards here, churning through and just trying to cycle as he cycles out that magic broom to get himself a card deeper into the deck. And Zach, right now, he's just trying to close this out. We're trying to find cards like goats and roses and cobras, anything that can give him a little bit of burst to get over this line as he gets closer and closer to 20. But he's got to do it before Logan starts getting back into Pirate's Life and things like that. Ooh, okay, Logan's going to drop out. I think it was Lumiere and Diablo. Okay, there it is.
All right, yeah. That's Scooperino.
All right, Zach digging through the deck and finding the missing pieces he needed to put that lore together, and Zach will take it 1-0 versus Logan.
They fought that fight, but it was a long fight. Look at the time left in the round. We've got less than 25 minutes left in the round.
Yeah,
potentially for game 3.
It was a lot of combat, a lot of back and forth, a lot of crabs played, a lot of challengers and trading things, and it was a very high skill match. It was almost like a chess match. I mean, there's so much going on the table, and both players just having to navigate each turn perfectly in order to not give an advantage to their opponents. So really great match. I felt, in my opinion, Logan didn't draw optimally. I felt like, he didn't really have a lot of ways to draw cards the way that Zach was churning out rabbits and things like that. So potentially, bad draw for Logan here, but taking nothing away from Zach. I mean, Zach played a great game as well. And Logan will be on the play this game, and let's see if he could change his luck.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I want to do a quick shout out. I did a quick math. I mathed the math.
You did a quick math?
And looking at all of our platforms right now, we're at about 450 people currently watching across all the streams.
Guys, it's Sunday, dude. Go to church or something.
Dude, go play the set jams or something. No, don't do that. Hang out with us.
Guys.
Stay here.
Kidding. We love having you. Thank you guys for hanging with us. And we're hoping we can bring you an entertaining broadcast today on your Sunday. And again, if you didn't see yesterday's stream, it was a absolute banger of a tournament, and I highly suggest rather that you go and watch the VOD because it is amazing. It's on YouTube, it's on Twitch, it's on X. So no matter where you go, you'll be able to find that VOD. And again, a lot of high profile games, a lot of really fun matchups. Top 8 was full of different decks. The winner was a big surprise for everybody. Blue Steel, who nobody expected to take it down.
Blue Steel's dead.
And not only was it Blue Steel, but
Blue
the originator of the deck. We had Justin, aka Jack Shadows, in here with his Kiwi list. So just an absolute amazing day, just a monumental day for the game. I really loved it.
Yeah, and just to give you some perspective in terms of the 5K right now. So the players that have made it through. So in round 2, let's see, Justin won. So Jax won the second game. We've got Devin, who's won his game. We have Jay Shaft from World Class Cards. Zan Syed won his game. Kendall won his game.
Okay. Who is Kopos? Is that
Kopos? I believe is Tanaween. I believe it's Tanaween.
Tanaween? Oh man, so damn! Look at Devin, 2-0 green purple. Disrespect.
I don't know, but it's not disrespect. I'll tell you, Devin's got a lot of reps on that. Actually, there's a lot of players here at SSG that play that combination. So he's actually tested against that a bit.
Okay.
So I would imagine that he probably navigated that thing.
Ray dropping 2-0. Okay, so there's some spice happening here, but let's get back into the game here. As both players, mirroring each other with a Chernobog's followers. Logan will be the first to crack it, and we'll get ourselves an extra card here, and deciding what we want to do here with our second ink. As we fiddle through here, we see Shark in the hand, potentially another Shark. Oh no, that was another Maui. We have 2 different kinds of Mauis here, but we're going to put Shark in the inkwell and pass it back. And Zach, quick to draw his card. He knows that he's got to hit the ground running here. Time is of the essence. 21 minutes is a decent amount of time, but if we do go to game 3, I'm sure neither of these players are looking for a draw. So we'll pass it back over to Logan. And this is turn 3 for Logan. We don't play Sisus and stuff anymore, right? So turn 3, just a draw 2. Ooh, Logan 3 turns in a row with nothing to the board. I mean, he is loading up his hand, which is great, but just nothing to offer in terms of characters. And I think Zach's going to take full advantage of this situation here and crack in for 2. All right, and deciding not to quest with the Chernobog's followers, just doesn't want to give any opportunity for Logan to sneak in here and knock it out with a Pan Shadow. So he's going to go ahead and just pass it. And Logan thinking about best way to answer here. He does have Fox. Potentially could play a 1-drop and play Fox. I don't see. Yeah, you see he did have the Pan Shadow in there. So Zach heads up play. And this is what separates the good players from the best players, right? Like Zach knowing that he just cannot quest Chernobog there because of the Pan Shadow. Little things like that make such a big difference, and something that not everybody might catch.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we're seeing. I mean, the board state right now. Zach, of course, is positioning to take this kind of opening moment to sit those characters down, get a White Rose down.
Yep,
get that Smee. Smee's a pain in the butt. Got to deal with that. You got the Chernobog's followers. That's going to get you a point, and depending on where Logan's sitting, which if Logan's got a character waiting to attack it. You're going to want to use that to draw instead of letting it sit around too long.
For sure. And Logan draws another Pan there. So he's got double Pan. But Zach, he's oof.
Big oof. If we got a big oof.
Raging Fire is just that's a card, man.
That is a card, and we had exactly the right number of characters to make that work out.
And then he goes ahead and pops the Chernobog after just to get that extra card out there. So he gets to draw 2 cards this turn. 3 cards technically, 1 for turn, 1 off the rabbit, 1 off the bog. And he gets to play a free song and remove a genie from the board. So overall, very good tempo play from Zach here. And Zach's cooking right now. So
LD wants to know, Skinner. please, we'll save it for after this match. We don't want to ruin the match with it.
No,
we'll talk about the after effects after the match. But LD, we got you. You hang tight, and we'll talk about that.
LD, thanks for hanging out. And let's just say it was rough.
Yeah, it absolutely was. No, we do see. Yeah, we talked about this chess match that Zach and Logan were kind of playing last game. We're seeing it in effect.
Zach's in the zone right now, dude. He's like, when he starts playing quick like this, he's just in the matrix. Like he's just floating in there. He's getting in. He's moving everything around, and his hands moving quick. You see, he's taking action just much quicker than he did last round. And a part of this is just Zach's experience, but part of this is also just recognizing that clock's ticking, right? We gotta close this game out, and Zach's doing everything he can to make sure. Logan could technically reset the board at some point here, and maybe start building up his own board. But so far, Logan in this game has only been able to really put out one character, which Zach quickly dispatched of. So yeah, Logan's a little behind right now, trying to figure out what he needs to do here.
Yeah, of course, deciding on what to ink. It's that brawl. It looks like that's the option here. When we think about Amethyst Steel, lots of character. There are characters that exist less than 3 strength. The problem is it's things like Rabbit, and that banishing that means drawing cards, and the things that are usually settling on the board are usually 3 attack or less. Now this is a pretty good card to put down here. We've got the Peter Pan Shadow Finder. This does set up the Ruby Amethyst to have very, very strong 4, 5, and 6 drop turns. Just the sequence of evasive characters that act as like baby Mauis are on just insanity at this point here if we have the right tools in the hand.
For sure. And Zach just trying to climb up here, right? He knows he has reach, he has cobras, he has goats, he has flowers. Like he has lots of ways. And you see the goat already in his hand with, I believe, double rabbit. So we have lots of ways to keep digging and to try to burn the game out.
Half shark with rush.
That is a big one.
That is a half shark with rush. That could be a very huge deal here. Not a lot of cards in discard, but friends on the other side is a friend on the other side,
which we can sing with this Peter Pan Shadow. Our Shadow Finder. I always want to say Peter Pan Shadow because there's a shadow and then there's a Shadow Finder.
Yes, the shadow is a different glimmer.
Just totally confusing. But so this Peter Pan most likely going to be singing a little song here, getting Logan a couple more cards, but maybe Logan deciding he doesn't want to do that. He's thinking about it here. Potentially could sing with the goat as well, or with the crab as well. But he's just thinking about how he wants to finish up his turn here. Shark is a big problem here, but as I mentioned, Zach, unless Logan starts cycling Pirates' lives, Zach's going to keep climbing the ladder here, and it may get close enough where he can just burst some lore. So Logan's going to have to do everything he can to keep that from happening. We do see, I believe, a B prep in the hand. There's the friends that we got back. So we're going to draw 2 cards off of that, and we get to gain a lore, which is always nice, a little bonus.
Yeah, we're not mad at that. Anytime we can gain some lore, we'll take those.
Oh yeah, I'll take free lore all day
long. That's how we win the game. And so a half shark and a Peter Pan survive.
And that is a Pirate's Life, by the way. So
that's
that's going to be rough here. We can't play it yet, but
yeah, we need to be patient. Unfortunately,
however, Zach did get hit with Pirate's Life last game and still able to get to the finish line. But with Maui Shark in play,
that's true.
It is a little tricky.
So Zach effectively got 22 lore last game.
Yep, effectively he did. So
yeah.
Oh, that's such a good draw, though.
What do we
draws? The Raging Fire. Oh my goodness.
There you go. Now this is tricky because the Peter Pan is really the catalyst here. Unless we have another answer, what Zach doesn't know, and he's about to find out, is there's another shark just waiting
in the wings.
And yep, we are looking at that as Logan. We gotta snap that, right? We just gotta snap that shark on the table. What are we doing?
Yeah, I mean,
you gotta just snap. You just gotta snap that shark on the table.
It's coming.
Attack something. Deal with it.
We could get back yet another friends and sing it with Pan.
Yeah.
So just keep burning through.
Ooh. I mean, so we've now used friends twice.
Draw 2, gain 1. Draw 2, gain 1.
Yes, and Za, no, we're not live.
So we're not.
We're not live, Za.
Is this a live tourney?
No, this is pre-recorded.
We're pre-recording right now. No, this is not the same tournament as yesterday.
Yeah,
it's a legitimate question because we could be talking about a VOD. But yeah, no, this is today's tournament. There's a 1K happening, which is off stream, and then there's a 5K. Which is happening on stream, and then there was a 10K yesterday. So you guys go ham. I love it. Thank you so much, Zal. We appreciate you, man. We're tired today. We had a long day yesterday, but it's all worth it, man. We have a great time here.
I got a question. How do we get the emotes with Kendall Burnett's head on it? How do we do
that? It does look like Kendall Burnett. But that's Dan's game, dude. Dan's gaming, dude. So learn your memes, dude. Okay, Zach playing goat, which is we're getting close, but we know Logan does have Pirate's Life, but still very close. Judge making sure that we have enough ink. Okay, pay all your ink, Zach. Don't be cheating. Zach be cheating sometimes.
For real. Yes, and yes, this is the 5. We are in round 2 of the 5K. This is the high stakes 5K tournament. This one's got the heavy hitters playing in it. So this one is. Yes, guys, I know it's Dan's Gaming. I know it is. I'm just joking with you.
Also,
it does look like Kendall though. You got to admit.
For those asking, you're staring at the 5K right now. This is round 2 of the 5K.
Correct.
I believe we have about 30 players, but all of them, it's like a day 2 of a DLC in here. I mean, all of them are incredible players. So it's pretty much a Shark Tank. Ooh, be prepared coming down, cleaning up the board.
Be prepared as well.
Yes,
we love it.
Very pretty. Okay, so desperate times call for desperate measures.
Yeah, that's exactly what that signals, because you got a half shark down. If you're be preparing your half shark, you are telling your opponent, "Yo, I'm stuck like Chuck. I gotta fit." And not whoa Chuck.
Well, Chuck's been pretty stuck lately too. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him. He even said it yesterday. Like, I only lose now. I don't know. He used to be, in his prime, but right now I don't know what's going on. But we see Pete and Goat as Zach just continues to make it harder and harder. Pete will stop a pirate's life for any kind of shenanigans here, so that's going to be very tough. We're going to go to 18 here, and we do have the death of Logan as Zach clocks up with the 2-0. 1 point for Southside Gaming.
Yes, game SSG, which, as we know, stands for Steel Song Gaming. Steel
Song Gamers. So Logan unfortunately is not able to get there both games against Zach, and Zach just absolute amazing display. Just kind of churned through the whole deck, kept questing, kept drawing